Funky.
Hip hop.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Behind the bar. Tonight I'm doing a local beer. I'm actually going to do a couple local beers tonight that I'll get posted up because I felt there's some good ones out in the market and just some ones that I wanted people to know about. First one I'm doing this evening is from Torn Label Brewing Company, which is in Kansas City, Missouri, down in the Crossroads area. This one's called Magic Magic. It is part of the artist series that they did, that they released about 2 weeks ago, I think, is when it was released. I was going to see if there's a bottle date on this. The bottle's about 2 weeks old, but it's an India Pale Ale, 7.6%, brewed with raspberry and lemon peel. So I haven't had this beer yet, but I've heard really good things about it. So I figured we'd give it a shot. Torn Label is one of the better local breweries in Kansas City. They've been open a while, maybe 2 years, a year or two. They've been around doing like tastings and stuff like that a long time before that, while they were getting the brewery up and running. They make really good stuff. I like a lot of their IPAs. They're just really well made beer. I mean, even the beers that I'm not a huge fan of, they are still really well made, which is kind of what I look for with breweries, because I'm not always going to like what everybody likes. So this pours out hazy as fuck. I can't see light through this, maybe a smidge. I think that's more the glass that I'm using than anything else. I can get a little bit of light shadow. I can see the shadow of my finger, but for the most part, I can't see through this. Poured out with great carbonation, about a finger and a half ahead when I poured this out. This looks phenomenal in the glass, guys. Brewed right here in Kansas City. So, yeah, let's see what it smells like. Yeah, I'm getting big juice elements. I'm picking up like the raspberries. It almost gives it like a mosaic hop kind of smell, with like the blueberries that has, but just a little bit kind of a little bit more tart. Not really picking up on much of the lemon peel, but I'm getting some big tropical fruit notes though. Just some big tropical fruit sweetness, oranges, peaches. Yeah, just a big tropical bomb. This has a really good nose. Not overly pungent, but just really solid, really good. Yeah, no, it smells really good. Not picking up on a lot of bitterness or dankness or anything like that. Maybe a tad bit on the end. But overall, I'm getting a lot of that, just like that fruitiness from the raspberry, and I think I'm even starting to get a little bit of the lemon peel now. But not a lot of malt forwardness, not picking up really any good like bready notes on the nose or anything. Smells great. I can't wait to try it. Cheers, guys. Whoa. That was a lot different than I was expecting. So, up front, the first thing I notice, I'm hit with a big pop of bitterness. Just hits you. Bam. Bitter, dank. And then I get a little bit of I'm getting the raspberry. I'm getting the lemon peel. I'm getting some other elements from the hops. A little bit of orange, tangerine, pineapple. Not a lot though. This is definitely a more bitter beer than with the raspberry notes and stuff. This is really good though. It finishes a tad. I'm getting a little bit of the malt on the end, not a lot, just a little. To kind of let you know it there, just kind of that dusty, like barley note. Little Iron Kids in there. Shout out to Iron Kids bread. But then it finishes pretty bitter. I'm getting some pininess, like floral, in the middle of my tongue that's just kind of sitting there after the fact. Kind of a like you would from a West Coast style IPA. It's a good mix though. I like it. I worry with beers like this that there's going to be too much of like the raspberry. Like if they use like a puree, if they actually use fruit, I'm not sure. that you get too much of that and it overpowers the other elements of the beer. I've had a couple Pipeworks, like pureed beers that they do that have a little bit too much of that, but I'm not getting that at all in this. No, really, really solid. I mean, this is definitely a really, really good beer. I enjoy this. The fact that this is a local IPA to me is fantastic. I'm glad I bought a couple bottles of this. This is really good. As far as a grade, well, let me think on it for a minute. Some other things that I mentioned at the beginning, the carbonation on this beer is great. It's very effervescent, just kind of velvety, goes across the tongue. It has great mouthfeel too. This is not a thin IPA by any means. This is really, I'm really impressed by this. I had a couple people locally that watch my videos and know me and drink with me know that I'm an IPA guy. I mean, I am, and know the style of IPAs I like. And they said, you need to try this beer. You will like it. All right. And as it warms more, the bitterness is actually kind of going away a bit. Kind of the harshness, and a little bit more of the fruit forward elements. This is getting better as it goes. I let this sit out for about 10 minutes. I didn't let it sit out as much as I normally do with like Treehouse and Trillium or just most IPAs that are like kind of those juice bomb style ones, New England style. Yeah, this is really good. Wow. Grade wise, this is an A beer. We're in that range, 93 to 96. I'm kind of thinking 94. I mean, this is a really, really, really good beer. Like I said, the thing that I like best about it is that they didn't overdo it with the fruit and lemon peel. Like I get a little, and that bitterness, part of the bitterness I'm getting maybe from the lemon peel. It's kind of a citrus, like orange peel, grapefruit peel. Definitely like the bitterness in the middle. That pininess is kind of like that grapefruit peel, kind of you bit into the white part. Pithy kind of thing. I mean, I'm crushing this glass, guys. I mean, I filled it up to there. I mean, I'm 3/4 of the way through this. It looks great in the glass. I mean, this is, man, good job, Torn Label. I've said for a while you guys were kind of starting to stick your head up above everybody else, as far as, I mean, they're the best brewery in the Crossroads, and it's not even close. And they're one of the best in Kansas City. I mean, they're right up at the top. They're in the discussion. You could argue for them being the best well-rounded lineup right now, as far as the beers that I've had. So, yeah, no, this is killer. Hopefully they kind of make something similar to this, kind of a year-round thing. What was the other? They released a variant of one of their IPAs not too long ago that was like Citra and Mosaic, and it was friggin' killer. It was Haze for Days Juice Bomb. I think it was their Leap of Faith last batch they did. So, anyways, guys, I'll leave it there. 94 out of 100 from this is killer. I'm going to buy this. Probably maybe get another bottle or two of this to drink in the next coming weeks. This is killer stuff. If you're in Kansas City and you're watching this and you haven't picked stuff up, it's hitting Kansas this week, and it's out on shelves on the Missouri side. I picked it up during the Loon craze of 2 days ago, and I'm glad I did. So if anybody from Torn Label, Rafi, anybody over there watches this, cheers, guys. Keep up the good work. 94 out of 100. Thanks for coming behind the bar with me. Yeah, until next time, guys. Cheers.